Today in a Trisha exclusive.
I was showing my girlfriend how I could reach up underneath the implant and it just kind of flipped and freaked me out.
Meet the woman whose butt implant nearly cost her life.
I started getting really sick. I couldn't breathe.
Now, I understand you're still in quite a lot of pain.
Yes, I am.
You actually brought those implants with you, didn't you?
Yes, I do. It's like sitting on
Cosmetic surgery disasters.
I went for what I thought was medical silicone,
but was left brutally disfigured.
In fact, what you had injected into your face was things like tire sealants.
He sees himself as a work of art.
They actually cut from ear to ear. They shave off the skeletal bone in the front here, the forehead, to flatten it.
And it took over 100 procedures to get him here.
Nose job, cranial brow bones, cheeks, lips, and chin, pec implants, bicep implants, tricep implants. My surgeries are an extension of my creativity.
Cosmetic surgery disasters. She claims to have the most expensive body in the world.
$250,000.
Yeah, but I don't pay for my surgeries myself.
But what price vanity?
You know, I can't lay on my back or my stomach already. I am getting butt implants.
I almost died from what you're going to do.
Cosmetic surgery disasters.
I had developed a life-threatening intestinal infection.
I was bleeding internally.
the whole left side of my face felt like it was a boil.
Today on Trisha.
To take a close look at this shocking viral video. Yep, as you can see, this woman is demonstrating how her controversial butt implant surgery went horribly wrong. Now, this video has been viewed over 1 million times, and Renee, the woman who posted it, is now a YouTube phenomenon. But she says her quest for the perfect butt nearly cost her her life. Renee is speaking out for the very first time, exclusively on our show. But before we meet Renee, let's take a look at her excruciating ordeal.
This is the video seen around the world that in a matter of days became a YouTube sensation. It's been viewed over 1 million times. It's a video of a woman who got butt implants, who's never shared her story until today.
I'm Renee Talley, and I am the woman in the video. I started off with the silicone butt injections because I wanted a little bit more oomph at the top of my butt. You know, I was getting a little bit older, body started to change a little, I have a little bit of vanity. About a year after doing the injections, I started getting sick, and I decided to have the silicone injection scraped out, and the doctor told me I was going to have some deformities in my butt, so I decided to go with a silicone butt implant. At first, everything visually looked fine.
But Renee's dreams of having the perfect body were shattered when she realized something wasn't right.
I immediately noticed problems right after surgery. My right buttock seemed to be a little bit lower than the left one. I started getting really sick. I couldn't breathe. I was having constant bowel movements. It was just continuous, the diarrhea, the vomiting, the nausea, the weakness. I mean, I had, no energy to do anything. I had developed the cellulitis and the C. diff, the life-threatening intestinal infection, and I was just continuously getting worse. At this point, I knew I needed to get the implants removed. There was no other option. It was life or death.
So she took us on her journey. On the way to hospital, she shared her true emotions.
I'm on my way to have my butt implants removed. I'm a little nervous.
Renee left us all wondering, what would her future have in store? Would her life and body ever be the same? She's here to share her story exclusively on our show.
Well, as you just heard, Renee has never spoken publicly until now. So everyone, please welcome Renee. Hi, Renee.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm so pleased to meet you. Now, I understand you're still in quite a lot of pain.
Yes, I am. I still have a lot of scar tissue that's, it's going to take a while for it to go away.
So, when you posted that video, did you expect it to go viral?
Never. It wasn't about publicity. It was more about if I could help one girl and save her from this happening to her, then that's all I really cared about. I mean,
yeah. And that's why you documented all of these problems.
Oh, yes.
People are going to say, you're a stunning-looking woman. Why want to mess with any of it in the first place?
Well, I have body dysmorphic, so I will never see what other people see, for one. For
what do
two,
you see when you see? I mean, we see a stunning-looking lady. What do you see?
Yeah, but I don't see that. I mean, I see fat. So I see
Really?
a lot of imperfections. I see the wrinkles. I see the cellulite. I see a lot of things that we are our worst critics. So we see what other people don't see.
So you thought the answer, or part of the answer to all of this was what? To change your bum?
Well, you start getting older, things start to change. Gravity kind of pulls things down. So the reason I started this was because I wanted a little bit more oomph in the top of my butt. So I started off with
the injections.
The injections, which was where all my trouble started.
Now, did they hurt at the time?
No, I didn't start having problems until about 6 months after the injections, but I didn't realize that I was sick from the injections. My plastic surgeon had known that I did the silicone butt injections.
Right.
And he told me that was what was making me sick, yes.
So
correct.
you thought the answer was to go for the butt implant?
Well, I decided to have the silicone scraped out, or try to have as much of it scraped out as possible, because you can never really get it out. It migrates. So I have it up through my back and down through my thighs. And a lot of women don't understand that, is that this stuff does travel and it can attach to your organs. Just because it doesn't kill you instantly,
Yeah.
it does eventually make you sick.
You thought, I'll get this stuff out of me and have the implants instead.
Well, I decided to have it scraped out, and the doctor told me I would have some deformities. And I am vain, so that I will say. I didn't want to walk around for 6 months to a year with, a deformed butt.
All right, now I'm about to play some never-before-seen footage. So, Renee, you just tell me what goes through your mind when you...
That was probably the worst. I mean, from the beginning, I had been having problems, but how this had actually happened was I was showing my girlfriend how I could reach up underneath the implant, and it just kind of flipped and freaked me out. So
did you know it was going to flip?
No,
you
God,
were just showing
she
her, have a
freaked
look at
out.
this.
Yeah, I didn't even know it flipped. She was like, "Oh my God, was that supposed to happen?" I was like, "What?" And she goes, "Oh my God, Renee, your implant just flipped." And I was like, "Oh my God." So yeah.
Did you phone your doctor and say, "Is this supposed to happen?"
I sent him the video. And he was like, yeah, I think it's time to take him out.
You actually brought those implants with you, didn't you?
Yes, I did. And they're not comfortable. It's like sitting on a wall.
Those are the actual ones that were inside you?
See, a lot of women won't tell you. I spoke out, told you my story. I feel every woman should do what she feels is good for her, but love the skin you're in. That's the most important.
Yeah.
Don't change you for the world, for your boyfriend, or for anybody else.
I agree. I'm going to put up a picture that's too graphic for our viewers at home to see.
This is now.
That's now. That's
now.
after the implants have been taken out. But we've talked about the physical effect. What's really been the emotional effect?
Well, I mean, I think the near death was probably the worst, and looking at myself and beating myself up for why did I do this? Like, what's so wrong with you? Why can't you see yourself for the way you are? And
but if you've got, or I'm guessing someone has told you you've got body dysmorphia.
Yes.
They've told you that. Surely then, why not spend money on having talking therapies to assist yourself getting through that?
I have thought about that. I have thought about that. I mean...
You'd be a really powerful advocate for, you're talking about the beauty within, and all beauty starts with this up here.
And exactly, it does start within. You have to find inner beauty before you can get the outer beauty.
But maybe you need help doing that. And
my message to women is really to love the skin they're in, and please don't go do this stuff to yourself, especially with the black market. The butt injections, I don't think a lot of women realize.
Oh, and we're going to meet somebody who's been to hell and back from having those
But I know
injections.
girls that have had problems and done it and went back and did it again and again.
I really hope that a lot of people sit up and take notice of what you're saying.
I hope they do too, because I think this is something that if more people would come out and tell their stories, then less women would go do this.
Absolutely.
And not only that, but to these guys that try to influence their girlfriends to change for them, don't do that.
And if they don't love them for who they are, then
don't be with them.
thank you so much.
You're very
Renee.
welcome.
Thank you. Okay, when we come back, we'll meet Lacey and find out why she's proclaimed herself the most expensive body in the world. Stay with us. Up next, she claims to have the most expensive body in the world. $250,000, you reckon?
Yeah, but I don't pay for my surgeries myself.
But what price vanity?
I was turning on the water and the pec muscle ripped, and along with the pec muscle, my vein ripped. So I was bleeding internally.
And later, deformed by black market cosmetic surgery.
The whole left side of my face felt like it was a boil.
People saying what?
Oh, calling me monster and freak of nature, and I should shoot myself in the head.
Cosmetic surgery disasters.
I almost died.
Today on Trisha. Today we're talking to people who've gone through extreme cosmetic surgical procedures to make themselves look more beautiful in their eyes. So please welcome Lacey. Now, Lacey says she's a proud plastic person. She's had over 25 surgeries, spent over $250,000 to become a walking sexy Barbie doll, and she's not stopping there. Not only does she plan to increase her triple L breasts, but in a few weeks, Lacey plans to undergo butt implant surgery. Goodness.
That's her name.
That's her name?
OMG.
You call that? Your boobs have names?
Absolutely.
Well, what's that one called?
This is OMG and this is wow.
As I said, Lacey wants butt implants, to complete her jaw-dropping body makeover. Let's listen to her story first. Have a look at this.
I have the most expensive body on the planet. I'm a walking sexy Barbie doll. I've had over 25 surgeries and $250,000 invested in this body, and I'm not done yet. My life may look fabulous, but it hasn't always been so glamorous. As a teen, I was bullied for the size of my breasts and made fun of. It hurt. When I was 21, I decided to get my breasts done, and I went from a double A to a full C. A year later, I went from the C to a D, and then I went to the double Ds. Then I went to the triple Ds. After that, I went to J's and K's, and here I am at the L's. So then I realized I started sagging and bagging, so I started sucking and tucking. I've had 6 sessions of lip injections of silicone, 2 tummy tucks, 4 full body lipos, 3 sessions of Brazilian butt lifts and fat transfer, Botox injections in my entire face, and fillers. I've had 2 very special surgeries, which is unique to me, which is an internal corset and an internal bra. I'm also planning my next surgery. I am getting butt implants. And you know my motto, go big or go home.
Lacey, do you mind when guys sort of hoop and holler when they see you? Do you mind that?
I'm actually kind of used to it.
But a lot of people are going to say, why have all that done if that's not what you're after?
Well, it's what I do for a living.
Now, $250,000, you reckon?
Yeah, but I don't pay for my surgeries myself.
How come?
I have fans all over the world that anonymously just send money to my plastic surgeons or to me personally. Some of them I've never met. I don't even know their names.
So do they say this is for the...
Absolutely.
Now, you're like a sexy Barbie doll. That's how
Absolutely. I mean, I have the lips.
You had 6
Yeah, I
lots
have silicone lips.
But is that allowed? 6 inches?
I had them done illegally.
Have you ever had any health complications?
Absolutely.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
What?
I was turning on the water and the pec muscle ripped. and along with the pec muscle, my vein ripped. So I was bleeding internally. So my breast got the size of a beach ball within like 3 seconds. I had to call my doctor and immediately was rushed into the emergency room. They told me, when you wake up, if you don't have your breast, don't worry, you will get it back. And I'm like, oh my God. I woke up with 2 breasts. So.
But aren't you scared if you want to go double the size? Aren't you scared? Isn't that going to crush your internal organs?
One doctor said it might crush me, but I can't lay on my back or my stomach already.
Why go through all of that pain? Take us back. Before we're going to go through everything that you've had done. But why start?
In the beginning, I started because I was a teen mom twice, and I needed to support my 2 children, and I was waitressing. I was flat-chested. I had a bomb body, but I just didn't have the breasts. So I decided, I'm going to go ahead and get my breasts done. I did it. I dyed my hair blonde, and the next thing I know, I'm making all the money.
So why not stop there? Why get bigger and bigger and bigger?
Well, I moved to Las Vegas, and then after that, it became the battle of the boobs in Las Vegas, and I was always winning.
So you said you wanted to get butt implants. Why?
I have an amazing butt right now, and a lot of my friends, I won't say their names,
can we see?
Don't want me to touch it.
Yeah. So it looks fine. So why do you want?
I just want it to be bigger because you know what? I need something to keep me a little grounded because the boobs are like taking over. Gravitation is like I can't go down the stairs, Yeah. So I just want to have the booty and the boobies, I want to have the figure 8,
Renee, we were just talking before to Lacey in the audience, and she's got the butt implants with her, haven't you?
You got butt implants with you.
Yeah, she had them taken out.
You carry them around.
No, she wanted to. Lacey, what did you want to say?
Those look really big.
They are really big. So if you want to go bigger than what you have, you're going to have to go bigger than this. And you said you have $250,000 invested in your body. It cost me $300,000 to have these removed out, and I almost died. From a person that has body dysmorphic like you, love the skin you're in. Don't do it. You're not going to like it. I almost died from what you're going to do. And I understand that's your choice as a woman, but I'm trying to put the message out for women to love the skin they're in and accept themselves for what they are.
And you know what? And what I want to tell you is not everybody loves the skin they're in.
I understand
and if you
that.
have something wrong with you that makes you feel insecure, whether it's your nose, your boobs, your butt, whatever it is, and if you think, and as long as it's a clearance, you've got a good doctor, as long as it makes you feel secure to go and have that surgery and it changes your life and makes you happy, absolutely do it.
My interest for 20-something years has been in the mental health area, and we all know we can talk around this forever, but unless you're not happy up here in your head and your soul, doesn't matter what you do to the outside, that's still going to stay the same.
Right. Absolutely. It's true.
I know people want to say something, and we will come back to our audience in a moment, but we just have to take a break. Next, we're going to meet 32-year-old Justin Jedlicker. Now, this is a man who's transformed himself into a living Ken doll. Stay with us. Up next, he sees himself as a work of art.
They actually cut ear to ear. They shave off the skeletal bone in the front here, the forehead, to flatten it.
And later, deformed by black market cosmetic surgery.
The whole left side of my face felt like it was a boil.
People saying what?
Oh, calling me monster and freak of nature, and I should shoot myself in the head.
Cosmetic surgery disasters.
I almost died.
Today on Trisha.
Sitting next to me is 32-year-old Justin Jedlicka. Now, I say his age because he's already had 90 to 100 cosmetic procedures and has spent thousands of dollars to turn his body into what he calls art. Now, he's known as the living Ken doll and loves the attention he gets. In fact, he says if he could perform surgery on his own body, he would. So listen to how Justin describes his mission to surgically create what he calls perfection.
My surgeries are an extension of my creativity. I look at this as artwork. I've had over 100 procedures at this point and spent over $100,000 to customize this body. So the media's dubbed me the human Ken doll, and it's definitely a phrase that I think is really flattering. Who doesn't want to look like a living doll, after all? At my nose job, I had a cranial-brow bone shave. I had my cheeks, lips, and chin all augmented. Went ahead and had a fat transfer in my face, my pec implants, and then worked towards my bicep implants and my tricep implants. Then went on to doing my buttock injections and finished everything off with my shoulder implants at this point. I wanted to be prettier to myself when I looked in the mirror. That was part of why I did my surgeries. So to be able to treat myself and make myself feel important, it was almost a reclaiming of myself to be able to have these procedures. You know, the negativity that I've received from people, I really just let it roll off my back. I'm going to continue to make my choices for myself and to continue to make myself happy.
Wow, so 90 to 100 different procedures.
Right, we're over 100 procedures at this point.
Over 100 procedures.
Right.
Now, let's just look at the screen and go through this. So you've had 5 nose jobs.
Correct.
Cranial brow lift, biceps and triceps. I didn't know you could get, what is that, implants or?
Right, I had the biceps and triceps done, but with the cranial brow lift, I actually had them flatten the forehead, so they actually the ear. They shave off the skeletal bone in the front here, the forehead, to flatten it. And then I had them do like a small 6mm lift on it.
Why?
I just wanted the forehead to be flatter. It was just something that I always thought was more desirable. Yeah.
Okay, now we said the biceps and triceps.
Correct, and I've redone the biceps since, so now I've had 2 procedures.
Why not just go to the gym?
It's so monotonous and mindless. I think of myself as a much more creative person, and my time is better spent doing other things.
And it's ditto the pectoral implants.
Correct.
Are they like silicone?
They're solid silicone rubber, the same as the biceps and triceps as well. And I've just done the shoulders too. And they're all with solid silicone pieces.
When you say the shoulders, whereabouts in the shoulders? Then?
I have anterior, posterior, and medial implants. So the front, the middle, and the back.
You could do that in the gym in about 6 weeks.
Well, you could, but I'm a mesomorph in my build, and so to put that weight on and to keep it is extremely difficult. And I've done it before. I've gone from 155 to 185, but it was a commitment wholeheartely every day to try to keep that weight on. This doesn't inhibit me from working out. It just allows me a more athletic base to start from.
But do you work out? No.
No.
So now, I haven't heard of people getting the shoulder implants before.
It's never been done. Well, not the way I've done it. There have been people that have done just the medial ones, these central ones, right on the side from profile. But I wanted to have the width from the front and the back as well, so I pioneered a new procedure and sought after a doctor who was willing to do it all from the underarm position. So it's actually 3 separate pieces, and then at the same time, I had them pull out the old bicep implants from the superficial pocket and cut through the muscle and put them deeper so they're submuscular.
But who's going to see all that anyway?
Well, I noticed it, so...
Do you see yourself as an artwork?
Totally. No, it's creating, exactly. That's exactly what it is. You know, my first nose job for me was a need. It was something that really gave me a lot of angst as a teen. And after I realized I'd had the control to sort of modify and use this as a medium where I felt like what I was doing was art, I kind of ran with it. And so it's not what do I need, it's what do I want? What can I do? What's available?
But have you got lots of scars? Can you show us? Have you got lots of scars there?
You want to see?
Yeah.
I'll show you, no worries. Come see. So, no, the scars...
I might have to use the mic because
you want to stand?
Okay, we'll stand.
The scars are not noticeable at all because I wouldn't let them do it over the arm.
Right. So do you...
So obviously I did the pecs, and then I did the shoulders as well.
So those bits are they hard then? Or are they normal feeling?
Yeah, we'll feel them. They feel like muscle. It mimics muscle. You can push. I'm not going to break. And then... So we have the bicep pieces here, but you can't see them before you could see them here.
Right.
And now you can't, so you can see the muscle.
So where did they put them in?
But it's all under the arm.
Oh.
Right here.
You must have been in pain at some point.
That was killer. The shoulders were insanely killer. Yeah, and the shoulder and the biceps, because they put this piece and this piece is all submuscular, and these are just subfascial.
So when you're in the middle of all of that pain, is there ever a time when you think, this is stupid, this is it, I'm not having any more done?
In the moment, maybe, but you're kind of doped up, so you don't really notice.
So have you finished with the surgery now?
No.
But you're saying ab implants, anything else?
I'm going to revive my shoulders.
Why? What's wrong with them?
Well, then all right, this side doesn't exactly match this side.
Do you have body dysmorphia?
No, not at all. I know exactly what I look like when I look in the mirror.
Do you have obsessive-compulsive disorder?
No, not at all.
Nothing at all?
No, and most people who are OCD with BDD, they want to be reclusive. They're looking to hide. They're not looking to flaunt and show off. I really get off on
Are you a bit of a media whore?
A little bit of an attention whore, sure.
You live and learn on this show. When we come back, you're going to meet Rajee, who was horribly disfigured after being injected with cement and glue. How could this happen? We will find out next. Stay tuned.
Up next, he became a she,
I went for what I thought was medical silicone.
but was left brutally disfigured.
The whole left side of my face felt like it was a boil.
And later,
How do you have sex with rough?
You are the five. Get off my stage.
cosmetic surgery disasters.
I almost died.
Today on Trisha.
Welcome, Rajee. Now, for the last 7 years, Rajee has been fighting for her life. You see, being a transgender woman, Rajee set out to feminize her face and her body. So she began injecting what she believed was medical-grade silicone. But she later found out it was actually a dangerous black market chemical containing cement and Fix-A-Flat. Now, I'm talking about a glue used to repair rubber tires. Rajee was left devastated and disfigured and went into hiding. But she is here today to share her emotional story with us. So before we meet Rajee, take a look at this.
In 2006, I took the plunge. After being referred by a number of people in the community, I went for what I thought was medical silicone, and I thought I was going to finally get the look that I wanted. So about 7 or 8 months into the injections, the whole left side of my face felt like it was a boil coming to a head. And then the nodules started. It became very painful. I felt like so distorted. I didn't even want to go out in public. And that's when I found out that these black market injections that I had been getting were a concoction of things like cement, tire sealant, and glue. It was devastating. It was devastating. I'm sorry. When I walk in public places and I see the way people look at me, you know, it hurts. Sometimes I don't even want to look at my old pictures because I start to feel like, why did I do it? And, you know, I get regretful. But I keep pressing on. And I'm so thankful to God that I'm still here.
Oh, Rajee. Take me back. What started you on this? Why?
You know, as a trans woman, the thing about trying to match the way you feel on the inside with the way you look on the outside becomes so important to us that oftentimes we do things that maybe you could say would be considered rolling the dice a little bit and taking chances.
So it was word of mouth that brought this woman to you to do these injections. How many injections did you have overall?
Exactly. Oh my goodness. Off the top of my head, because it was over about 7 or 8 months, but I would say probably about 60. But yes.
And where were they?
They were in my face. I started with my face because the face is usually the first thing people see.
Right.
And initially, I was fine. So then I proceeded to get the injections in my breast and my hips and my buttocks.
Okay, so how long from having the injections in your face to this happening?
About 7, 8 months.
How did you find out that, in fact, what you had injected into your face was things like tire sealant?
I eventually went for medical help, and I've had a few surgeries, and they were trying to actually remove some of it from my face, and it was sent to the lab, and it came back with those results.
It was painful?
Painful, yes, physically painful, and spiritually and emotionally painful. Don't get me wrong, I don't have anything against plastic surgery, but I'm saying that you really have to be careful.
You had implants? You had implants as well?
No, actually, this is all injected. All substance that has been injected.
It's all injectables? Not all that same stuff? Not.
Well, it was from her.
So the whole of your bust is the same woman who I understand now is, what, awaiting trial?
She is, yeah, because someone has died from it.
So you're not going to get any more surgery, right?
Well, no, I can't sit here and say that to you because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. You see how my face looked, how bad that looked? It's only... You can still look at my face and see that, you know, something has happened. But I do look better now than I did there. And that's because I've had surgery to correct it.
You wrote a book, I understand.
I did write a book. After I went public with my story, it went, viral. It was all over the world. And so I got a lot of positive feedback from people, but I also got a lot of hate mail.
People saying what?
Oh, calling me monster and freak of nature, and I should shoot myself in the head. So I thought if there was any time to write a book and tell my story, share my whole journey, this was the time. And it's called Beyond Face Value, a journey to true beauty. Beyond Face Value.
Now, Rajee, what would you say, seriously now, because you're in a position to reach a lot of people, what would you say to other young transgender people who are in a place of desperation and somebody comes to them and offers them something cheap and they want it done now?
This is why I sit here on this stage, because I have been through so much in these last 7 years. And I thought that if I could take my story, my situation, and turn it into a good thing for people by educating them, then I've kind of made lemonade out of lemons. And so I thank you for having me, because I would say to these young transgenders, don't do it. Save your money and go the right way and get the proper care from an accredited doctor.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for talking to us, Rajee.
It was a pleasure.
And we'll be right back after this. Coming up, no holds barred audience Q&A.
How do you have sex with
Rough.
Cosmetic surgery disasters.
I almost died.
Today on Trisha.
We've been talking about controversial and downright dangerous cosmetic surgery trends. We're back with Lacey, who's proclaimed herself the most expensive body in the world, Justin, who's undergone over 90 medical procedures and counting, and Rajee, who says her desire to be feminine almost cost her life. And now I think it's time we heard from our always opinionated audience. I know that there were lots of people with questions. Can we start? Start at the bottom here. This gentleman here. Yes, sir.
My question is, there's all types of addictions that people deal with. can this be considered a form of addiction?
Absolutely.
I don't know that I view myself as having an addiction to plastic surgery.
Oh, not you.
No, I'm not obsessed with that. I'm just obsessed with what it does for me.
I think I have a very keen eye for detail, but I don't think I'm an addict to surgery as much as it is that I enjoy the modification process.
You'll have low self-esteem probably.
Without the surgery?
Yes.
I think plastic surgery can definitely help grow people's self-esteem and give people confidence. I mean, it's very feasible. It definitely gave me confidence over the years.
Okay, let's stand up for me. Yes.
I don't have a question. I have a comment for. I'm sorry, you're
Rajee.
I think that what you're doing is great. Even if your surgeries had come out perfect and you looked how you thought you wanted to look, what you're doing now to educate people that are transgender and going through, trying to change themselves to be more feminine or masculine or whatever. I think it's a beautiful thing that you're doing, and I applaud you for that.
Thank you. Up next, outrageous body modification.
How do you have sex with
Rough.
You are the five. Get off my stage.
Cosmetic surgery disasters.
I almost died.
Today on Trisha.
Yes, sir.
Yes, my comments to your name Lacey, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When you first came out, you said when you was young, and you was flat chested, and the kids teased you. Now you're a little older, and they still make fun of your appearance, and you spent all this money. How do you feel sometimes?
Well, I'm very confident. I've always been pretty confident. My sibling used to make fun of me because I was flat chested. People have their own opinions. It doesn't. I've learned and grown to know that it really doesn't matter to me what other people think. The person that matters is me, and that's the most important thing. I have to tell you, these are my new BFFs.
Right.
So
I have a question for Lacey. How do you have sex with
Rough.
Yes, do we have a question? Yes, this gentleman, yes.
Justin, you mentioned that you were on a quest of perfection, correct?
Well, a modification, I don't know about perfection, because there's not necessarily an endpoint or a goal in mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Through all the surgeries that you've had, do you feel that the quality of your life has improved, and are people more responsive to you now than they were then?
Totally. Yeah, definitely, hands down. I grew up very poor, and I think the connections and the people that have opened up to me because of my honesty with my surgeries, as well as the fact that I've just had surgery, has opened me up to a totally different caliber, a different group that I wouldn't have been privy to knowing had I not had my surgeries. And had I not had them, I wouldn't be where I am today and in as good of a position as I am at this point with my life.
Thank you. All right, one last question. Yes, this is it. Yes, what were you going to ask? Nice t-shirt. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My question is for the beautiful young lady in the black.
Thank you, beautiful.
How many surgeries are you going to do until, you say, this is it? No more surgeries for me?
Yeah, well, I have had a lifetime of surgeries already, and it's going to take a lifetime of surgeries for me to be done. If I decide to go smaller, eventually it's going to take a lot of surgeries to go smaller. You can't remove tons of skin at the same time. So this is my life. Our celebrity status because of surgery, you can ask her. A lot of people email me, write me, what do I need to do? Where can I go? And you know what? I do refer people to really good doctors, amazing doctors. And I have stopped people from getting black market surgery. I've helped a lot of young women that say, oh my God, what would you do to me? I'm like, you know what? You're beautiful.
Don't do it.
You're beautiful.
Change, don't touch
Don't mess with something you can't fix.
I want to thank all of you. I guess the only curveball I'd throw all of you is, I think there's one question you wouldn't be able to answer about plastic surgery. I found it.
What is it?
How do you create a soul?
It's born with love.
It's inherent to you.
Yes.
Your soul is yours regardless of the shell that you carry, whether you modify it or not.
And I think
in God's eyes, no one's ugly, so you know.
Because of my faith, that's what has gotten me through my soul and my connection with the universe. Because if I didn't have that, I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. I'd be gone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cosmetic surgery disasters.
I almost died.
Today on Trisha.
Again, I know there were other questions, but we'll have to end it here. I'd like to thank all of my guests today for being so forthright and being so honest about such a personal topic. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.